Hey there everyone, and welcome back to another review. Today I'll be going over another Murray's product, and this time it'll be Murray's Black Beeswax. Well, this review is actually requested to me by one of my most loyal subscribers who goes by the name Robert Meyers. So, Bob, Robert, Robbie, whatever they may call you, this video is for you. Okay, so this product comes in a 4-ounce tin, which is not so typical for Murray's because all the other Murray's products come in a 3-ounce jar. And it may look like it's glass, but really it's plastic. And it says here it contains 100% pure beeswax. However, note that this particular product is not completely beeswax. It is petroleum based, just like pomades. Its first ingredient is petroleum or petroleum jelly. And it also contains iron oxides, mica, titanium dioxide, and fragrance other than the Australian beeswax. So, those of you who know the Murray's line know that the original Murray's beeswax is actually yellow. But there is a reason why I selected the black one. That's because I have black hair. And for those of you with darker hair, the black beeswax would work a lot better for you. It just blends in there a lot nicer. So let's just open it up. Okay, so this is not my first time using it, but the scent, I just don't like it. Every time I smell it, it's just really sharp. It's pretty sharp, but not too sharp, but it smells like crayons, black crayons. It's kind of, there's just something about it. It's a bit of a bitter scent. I just can't really describe it other than a slightly disturbing crayon scent. So, okay, here's what the product looks like. It's really, really black, and obviously it's straight up waxy. It doesn't look one bit greasy right there. So let's just go ahead and scoop it out. It's pretty difficult to scoop out, but not so. You just gotta apply a little bit of pressure right over there. And this is what it looks like on my fingers. It really does look a bit like a liquefied crayon, doesn't it? Let's go ahead and melt it up. It feels very, very sticky. It's just like firm. It's kind of firm. It feels like a medium pomade, like a medium heavy. Melt it up. You gotta just really put pressure into your hands when you rub it in, and of course, it gets really black in your hands as well. Applying it is pretty difficult. You just feel that resistance over there. And as you apply more, it gets more resistant. This product has absolutely no shine whatsoever. It just gives you a couple of more highlights or something. It just gives your hair a nicer tint of black, but other than that, nothing for its finish. Usually pomades are supposed to give you that shine. This one doesn't. Only just a very, very tiny hint. Just a tiny glow. Maybe that's because of the petroleum jelly in it. But other than that, it looks almost matte. Now I shouldn't use too much because this looks like a heavier product, and usually if I use too much of a heavy product on my short, fine and thin Asian hair, everything just spikes up, So I gotta use this sparingly. So one large scoop, like I did earlier, would be enough for me. I'm gonna go slick my hair back. Okay, it's just really resistant. You feel kind of that tug and pull in there, but it's not too extreme, but you would feel it. There's some tug and pull in it. So it's pretty difficult to comb and slick through. By the way, guys, if you want me to compare this to the Superior, I can't, because I haven't tried the Superior yet. So here I am just describing the Superior in the best terms I can without even comparing it to Mary Superior, because that is just something I won't be using for now. I'll probably be trying that in like half a year from now, but I just won't at this point. I mean, normally heavies don't exactly work too well for my hair, and Murray's is pretty hardcore, so that can wait. Okay, now time to form our part. Alright, as you comb through it even more, it gets less difficult, but you still kind of feel some resistance to it. And it is actually very sticky, which is pretty typical of something of its type. It's a medium heavy hold. It's not completely heavy, but it just feels kind of strong. It feels very firm. So it is one of the medium heavier pomades. It's just a tiny bit heavier than New Nile. It kind of feels like New Nile in my hair, but just heavier and more difficult to style with. But not too difficult as, say, Dax Waving Room. So a bit more about the shine on this product. It won't leave you with a completely matte look. There has to be, its shine is very, very light. It's almost none, but it does not have any greasy or wet looking shine at all. It looks more like a dry, healthy shine, but it's not matte. You'll definitely get at least something out of it. And this black beeswax really goes in nicely with my dark hair. Give me one moment to smooth out my stray hairs on the sides. You gotta be careful right after you apply this product and just style with it, because it is black, so I think it might stain everything if you're not careful. So you really just gotta wash your hands, especially if I'm wearing a white shirt right now. I just really don't want to stain that. Overall, I'm getting a really good grip with this, and I shall now show you how my hair looks. It doesn't look too shabby. It looks pretty okay for a heavier product on my hair. You're beginning to see some tightness right there. This product actually has a nice slickness to it because it's very sticky. It's kind of it's very, very tacky. One moment, I just gotta go fix the sides right over here. And when you're combing this, don't be surprised or afraid to lose some hairs, because that's how it is. You're just really gonna lose them. Like, at least some of them, but not too much hair, but you'll find at least a couple of strands on your comb and on your hands. You just gotta be careful not to pull too hard with your comb. And okay, that should be how it is. The good thing, guys, about the scent, once you put it in your hair, it becomes less noticeable and you can't really smell it as it is in the jar. I mean, it smells a lot stronger in the jar, but once you put it in your hair, it just fades out a little bit, and that's how it is for most Murray's products. Honestly, I'm really tempted to put a topper in right now to actually just get rid of the rest of the scent if I still can catch it, and also to give better shine. But for the sake of you guys, my viewers, I won't be doing that. So I'll show you how it is throughout the rest of the day and on build-up. Okay, so at the end of the day, the good thing about Murray's Black Beeswax is that you won't notice the smell anymore. It's just through your hair, through your hands, even if you rub your hands through your hair and just like smell it afterwards, you won't notice it a single bit anymore. So at first when you put it in your hair, it is a very slight scent. You would get it sometimes initially, but as you go through the day's activities, as hours go by, it becomes less and less noticeable and the scent becomes a lot weaker. So at the end of the day, you won't smell it anymore. And I find it a good thing because to me, I just really don't like the scent at all. And its shine is obviously almost nil, so you have the same thing throughout the whole day. A very, very slight dry shine, which is kind of there, but it's not matte. A very, very slight shine is almost none. The best thing about this pomade is actually the whole, my hair did not move a single bit, and everything is just kept completely in place. And I'll get back to you after a day of build-up. Alright, second application. Obviously, it has not been the next day since I made my last segment. In fact, right after I closed the last segment, I hopped into the shower, rinsed my hair, and put more beeswax in my hair because I'm in need of a styling aid, and I'm gonna go out after this, so why not test the build-up today instead of tomorrow? It won't make any difference anyway. So, as you can see, well actually my hair is a little more shiny right now because I applied some tonic to it. So, I get some more hold from this. I get like a lot more kick and hold, and it felt a lot waxier and became like really heavy on your head. Like first it's a medium, but on the second application, it just becomes a straight up heavy. So styling your hair just becomes a lot longer, a little more painful. You lose a little more hairs, and there's some more there's a slightly more intensified tug and pull factor in there. So when you comb the hair, the way you comb most of your hair is just really slow. So styling your hair would just become really slow. And that is why I added a tonic to soften things up, to mask the smell, and to give it a little more shine. And that is exactly what I need. So if I use Murray's Beeswax on any more than a 2-day buildup, I just can't, because it'll become really difficult to style my hair. And so throughout the week, it'll just be nasty and even more difficult to wash out, because obviously even with just one application would be pretty difficult to wash out. I haven't tested it out, but given its nature, it is pretty obvious that it will be difficult to wash out. So there's that. A lot more difficult to wash out, slower to style, and there you have it. But then, when styling my pompadour, it actually gave me a decent shape and a decent height. You see something that's kind of rounded and forward over here. It gave me a decent shape and better slickness for my sides as well. It is one of the few slick heavies that I've used, because most heavies I use just don't work at all for my hair. They just, my hair naturally can't work with heavies. They get spiked up, but this one actually slicks my hair and just keeps it pretty tight. And also, it gives my hair volume. I mentioned that this product was heavier. It was a heavy product, didn't I? It is actually a medium hold, but once you use it on the second application, it becomes a heavy holding pomade, so I'll call it a medium heavy. So some medium heavies don't work my hair. New Nile is just okay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But this one actually works my hair better than New Nile for some reason. It just makes it even more slick for some reason. It's not shiny, but it's slick. And I would actually use this compared to other heavier products only because, first of all, it's black, so it'll suit, it suits my hair color better, and it just blends through nicely. And also, other than its volume and its blackness, it has a pretty alright slickness, like I said earlier. But if you take those properties away, there's nothing too special about it. There's nothing else anymore to say. So that is my final judgment on Murray's Beeswax. It's kind of like a typical heavy product, except that it's black and has better slickness, but there's nothing much else to say about it. So I'll see you in my next video.